wasallam. Now we are not just the ummati of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now we are not just the lovers of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but the nur of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The existence of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the reason for our living. If there was no light of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, would have never been in this world. Because that is the reason for our life. That is something which is working in our physical constitution and body, which is keeping us alive. Dear audience, now I would like to hear mention in Hadith Mubarakah. It is narrated by Jabir bin Abdullah radiallahu ta'ala anhu. In it, he says that I said, O Messenger of Allah, my mother and father we sacrificed for you what Allah created first of all. He questioned, he asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what Allah created first of all? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam replies, O Jabir, certainly Allah created the spiritual light of your Nabi, the Prophet in the beginning, with the blessings of his own light before any other creation was made. This light then traveled as Allah willed and it desired. The tablet, the law, and qalam, the pen, the paradise, the hell, the angels, the heaven, the earth, the sun, the moon, the jinn, a man, nothing had yet been created when the spiritual light of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was created by the blessing of Allah Almighty. When Allah willed to bring into existence the creation, He divided that light into 4 parts. He made pen out of first part. He made law, the tablet, out of second part. Then He made throne out of third part of that nur. Then He further divided the 4th part into another 4 parts. And then He created the angels that carry the thrones from that first part. Then chair from the second part of the nur. Then rest of the angels from the third part of the nur. And then He again divided the 4th part into 4. And then He created the heavens from the first part. Then He created earth from the second part. Then He created the paradise from the third part. And hell from the third part. And it, Hadith Mubarakah, goes and on and on. What we get here, each and every creation, whatever has been created by Allah Almighty, that has been created by the spiritual light and nur of Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And there was no other material. Whatever has been created, that has been created by the spiritual light of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The paradise, the earth, how our physical appearance came into existence. Allah Almighty sent His angels to the earth to bring the mud from the earth, and then the physical constitution of man was created. And that earth was created by the nur of Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the origin to every creation is the spiritual light of Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dear audience, so as this was the origin of everything created by Rasulullah, created by Allah Almighty in this world. And then here I would like to give another evidence from Quran that the nur of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam always and ever remained in human being and in the whole of universe in the form of the spirit and soul for the human being and the whole of universe. I will give evidence from here. As we know, there is a verse of Quran in which Allah Almighty states, فَقَيْفَ إِذَا جِعْنَا مِنْ كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ بِشَهِيدٍ وَجِعْنَا بِكَ عَلَىٰ هَؤُلَاءِ شَهِيدًا. Here Allah Almighty states that then how it will be on the day when we shall bring one witness from each ummah. And O beloved sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we shall bring you as a witness against them all. Now here is one question. Can anybody become a witness if he was not available while anything was happening? He can never be witness. Then how it is possible Allah Almighty raise somebody as a witness at the day of judgment when he was not there. And here Allah Almighty is saying that there are a number of ummahs, the communities. I will raise every prophet in their ummah as a witness, and I will ask them the question that did you really convey my message to your ummah? And then on all communities, oh my beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I will raise you as a witness, and you will give the witness that yes, I heard them conveying message to the nations. I heard all these prophets conveying the message of yours to their ummah and communities. And how it is possible if Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a last prophet, and how he can speak and witness the events happening in previous ummahs, events happening in previous communities. So that is again another evidence that the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam always existed in the bodies of prophets, in the body of human being, in the form of light, in the form of spirit, in the form of soul. And he always existed in the form of spirit in the whole of universe. Whatever, wherever anything was happening, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was there to witness. That's how inshallah he will witness and he will give his argument in front of Allah Almighty at the day of judgment. So when we commit any good thing or bad thing, it is not just that Allah Almighty is saying, it is a part of Iman, as I have mentioned through Hadith Mubarakah, that Allah and His Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, He is seeing and watching us all the time, whatever we do. Because He is the spirit and soul of the whole of universe, and He is the spirit and soul of the body of every human being. Whatever He speaks, whatever He does, whatever He do, He commits good, He commits bad. Where Allah Almighty is watching him, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is listening and watching him too. That's how when any ummati he recites salat on Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that's how he listens to that salat and replies. And the distance doesn't matter. If he lies in Madinatul Munawwara, still is some ummati of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam living and sitting in Sydney of Australia. And if he recites salat on Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he will answer him while being in Madinatul Munawwara. Because he is the spirit of whole of universe. He is the spirit living and from. He is the spirit of every human being, inshallah. This is the reality. And this is the kind of link every creation has with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dear audience, here I would like to give you another example that how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is actually the soul and spirit of this whole world and universe. It is not just the statements. I'll give you the huge and big example, and everybody will be able to know that how He is the spirit of whole universe. If He is in this universe and world, everything is moving, everything is active. When He will depart, nothing will be more, nothing will be there. Here, if we remember the Layl of Laylatul Mi'raj, if we remember the story of Miraj, what happened that day? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in this world. He was lying down on the bed, when Allah Almighty sent His messenger, that, oh my messenger, my angel, go and bring my beloved to me. I want to see him. And when the angel Jibreel took Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam from this world, dear audience, as he crossed the borders of this universe, everything went still. We have heard the story that the handle of the door of that house from where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam departed, until Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came back to this universe, that the handle of that door kept moving. The bed on which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was lying down, until Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came back to that house,